And incidentally, I distinctly remember the day she said, well, Jamey, you're too old to spank anymore. I was 24. I do remember her saying that, and I think I was about 16, and boy, this great feeling of relief came over me. So, she fired me on the piano, and I went home, came in the back door expecting to get another whip, and I walked through, went to the dining room, into the living room. We never went out that front door, so I had to come back the same way I went in. So I started back, I went real slow, gave her a chance to give it to me. I went out the back door, and I said, I think I'm free. No more practicing the piano 1 hour a day. So I made the natural switch to banjo. And I'd like to play a tune for you right now. Sit over here so all of you can see my picking. My dad. This is my dad's banjo. He bought it, I think, in 1927, and just several days ago, Wednesday, I just happened to be out in what we call the Red Room. That's where all these books and everything is stored, and she never wants me to take anybody there. But I like to take people out there just to prove that I can read, because I got all these books out there. Glasses. So I found this diary, these diaries. Stan and David, you have to take a look at these. These are great. I didn't know that my dad at age 17, 18, and 19, that's before he got married, was playing the banjo, taking guitar lessons, and he kept this diary. This is an interesting entry. Sunday, July the 22nd, 1928. He says he went to the Strand Theater and saw Knights of New York. That's a movie. And underneath he wrote, first all-talk picture. So that's the first time he went to a movie theater and heard somebody talk. Everything was silent movies before that. And then the next one is practice. Next day was practice. Next one was Louisville, look at a banjo. I guess he was singing about banjo. Next one was practice. Next one was play at Wyandotte Cave. And a lot of these entries, here's one. Got his guitar back, $4.22, that must have been repair. He played jobs for $1, $2, and $5, and when he got up to $5, it reminded me of me and David playing for $5 and going out for all day playing school concerts for $18. But we loved it. So I'm going to thank my dad for playing the banjo, and I'm going to put powder on this hand here because I'll get going so fast that the neck might catch on fire. Incidentally, after Lord Thomas fired me from playing the piano, I took up the banjo, started taking lessons, and I learned to play. I wish I could do it for you now. You keep me waiting while it's getting aggravating. You're a slow poke, but I don't know the chords. We were at the Indiana Theater right there where the Sonic is now on Vince Ann Street, and there was all these kids lined up, and I got up and played, had my thing memorized, I thought. And I went down the first page of the lyrics, and then I just stopped because I couldn't think how the second page started. And I just stopped, and I remember looking over, and the guy was going to come out and take me off. I just dove in at the top of it and started playing. This time I made it all the way through, and you know, when this whole night was over, I made $2. That was about 1949, 50. I couldn't believe it. My thought was, well, you goof up and they pay you. So anyhow, I eventually learned this too. It's called The World Is, well, does anybody have a request? The world is waiting for the sunrise. Wow, that's great. I'll play it for you. You've heard the jokes about banjo. A gentleman is a person that can play the banjo and doesn't. And the other one is, if you drop a banjo and an accordion off of a 10-story building, which one hits first? The answer is, who cares, as long as they both hit. Okay, I would like to thank Keith McGraw for carving out the last 2 months of his life to work on this banquet tonight. Isn't that nice? Keith, thank you very much. You've done a great job. This is a once-in-a-lifetime event for me, that's for sure. And I'm glad now that they talked me into it. And I want to thank you, all of you, for being here, those of you that I know and those of you that I don't know. And I'd like to, of course, thank the Toast Committee, everybody on that committee, which I don't know if I met all of you or not, but you really, don't you think they run a smooth operation? Bill Clinton last Saturday on TV said everyone over 50 should write their history. And Terry Cummins wrote mine, and I want to thank Terry. Where's Terry? Terry? Where's Terry? I can't see him. Over here. Okay. Thank you, Terry. You did a great job. And I'd also like to thank Andrea Grossman and Aaron Brown for taking care of all these concerts we played. Last year we played 60 school concerts. Over 20,000 students heard us play jazz, talk about it, use the overhead projector, project pictures of Duke Ellington and Dizzy Gillespie and Louis Armstrong on the screen, and also talk to them about staying away from smoking and extending their lives. So I want to thank Andrea and Aaron Brown for running a tight ship. And I'd also like to make a special thanks to Matt Grossman. If you need a 9-foot Bechstein piano, go see this man, because he brought his piano in here for us to play tonight, and we love it. Thank you, Matt. As several of you may have heard, I almost didn't make it tonight because on Monday I got a call from Butte, Montana to go out and play a $35 job at a coffee house, but so let me tell you. And for those of you that are interested, I've got a booth reserved at the White Castle for midnight. I wanted to share a video with you of me shooting and making three-point shots, but Keith thought it would take too long. All right, let's get serious. I really didn't know who I was until age 16. I was by myself driving my $35 car. It was a 1937 DeSoto Coupe. And I was coming home from Louisville, and it didn't have a heater in it, and it was wintertime. I was freezing. So a Clarksville cop pulled me over near the Silver Creek Bridge and asked for my driver's license. Nobody else was in the car. So I got my license out, scared to death, and handed it out the window. I had the window all the way down, you know, and he says, looks out, and he says, Wilton, driving kind of fast back there, weren't you? And I'm looking at him like this, and I go, I'm thinking, who's he talking to? And then it hit me like a ton of bricks. Oh, that's my name. Everybody call me Jamey, but my name is Wilton Jamison Aebersold. And I just thought about it. I said, gee, I'm kind of old to be called my real name. You know, it's taken this long. But everybody else calls me Jamey. Anyhow, when I use that Wilton Jamison Aebersold, I'm usually not confused with anybody else. When I was a teenager, I came up with two things that I wanted to do with my life, and I realize now it was really important for me to do that. I didn't realize it at the time, but I just, boom, that's what I was going to do. Number one was to find a girl that I could love, marry, and spend the rest of my life with, and I did it. And she's sitting over here. And the other thing was to play music. And I didn't care what kind of music. When I went to IU, I thought I was going to play classical saxophone until they told me they didn't even have a saxophone teacher. And I said, uh-oh, wait a minute, we're in trouble. I'd already been through that a couple of months before with the Manhattan School of Music. I'd written them in the spring of the year, my senior year. I wanted to go to New York. I wanted to be where jazz was. I'd been reading about it.